ज्ञानी बनो, योगी जीवन है प्यारा। काम क्रोध मद लोभ मोह वश आज है सब मोहताज। योग लगा कर पाप मिटा ले, स्वर्ग सजा ले तू आज। काम क्रोध मद लोभ मोह वश आज है सब मोहताज। योग लगा कर पाप मिटा ले, स्वर्ग सजा ले तू आज।
जन्म जन्म की प्यास बुझा ले, पावन बन कर आज।
योगी बनो, ज्ञानी बनो, योगी जीवन है प्यारा।
संगम युग में परम पिता शिव कहते हैं ये राज।
तू है एक अविनाशी आत्मा, सुन लो मेरी आवाज।
संगम युग में परम पिता शिव कहते हैं ये राज।
तू है एक अविनाशी आत्मा, सुन लो मेरी आवाज।
सुख शांति और पावनता से झोले भर लो आज।
योगी बनो, ज्ञानी बनो, योगी जीवन है प्यारा।
परम धाम से आए हैं शिव, ब्रह्मा तन आधार। मुक्ति और जीवन मुक्ति का जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार। परम धाम से आए हैं शिव, ब्रह्मा तन आधार। मुक्ति और जीवन मुक्ति का जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार।
चलना है, चलना है घर वापस अब तो, यही ज्ञान का सार। योगी बनो, ज्ञानी बनो, योगी जीवन है प्यारा। योगी जीवन है प्यारा, योगी जीवन है प्यारा।
Om Shanti. A very, very warm welcome, Sheilu Didi, who is one of the most invaluable yoga in Yaya and staying in the heart of Brahmin family, especially for double foreigners. As you know, she has been Baba instrument as translator in many, many Avyakt Murli meetings. And thank you, Sheilu Didi, for being with us today. And we are looking forward to hearing from you about revision of yesterday Murli. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. We all heard Avyakt Dada's Murli yesterday. What was your feeling? Did you feel that it was just, did you feel that it was just maybe a video which you are watching? Or did you feel that really you were with Bap Dada and Bap Dada was speaking to you directly. So what did you feel? Speaking directly to us. Yes. So this Murli which Baba spoke on 24th of October 2010. So that was 12 years ago. But we can feel that all of Avyakt Bap Dada's Murlis or even Sakar Murlis, however long ago they had been spoken, but they are so relevant to today. Why are they so relevant to today? Because whatever Baba says is the need of the hour. The Murlis are full of dharana, and Baba is polishing us diamonds so that we can become Bap Saman. Baba wants us to become like him. And for that, Baba wants us to follow the Father. As Brahma Baba did, we have to do the same. So when we were listening to Baba's Murli yesterday, did you feel that whatever Baba is saying, I have to bring into practice? I have to do that because that is what is Srimad. So if we want to win Baba's heart throne, then we have to follow Srimad accurately. Even in the Lokik way, if a child is obedient and he does what the father says, then that child definitely wins his father's heart. So Baba is also our father. And if we follow every instruction of Bap Dada, then we too will win Baba's heart throne. And when we win Bap Dada's heart throne, then we also become the masters of the world. We come in the rosary, as Baba said yesterday. The whole world will worship us, praise us. So Baba was mentioning about 3 thrones. The first throne is the throne of the forehead. What Baba says, Akal Takht. The throne of the immortal soul, where the soul resides. And we have to be always seated on that throne of the soul. We have to be seated at the center of the forehead. That experience we have to have all the time. And for that, Baba also mentioned about being soul conscious. So what is the meaning of being soul conscious? To be always seated on the throne of the forehead. This is my throne, and I, the soul, am the master, the king of my senses, the king of my mind, intellect, sanskars, and I am the king who has won the hearts of all. And if I can become a king in this way, that I conquer my senses, conquer my mind and intellect, conquer the hearts of others, then I can definitely conquer the world. I can become the master of the world. So that's the first throne we have to be always seated on. In every action, in every thought, in every word, whatever we do, whatever we say, whatever we think, we have to sit on this throne. And as Baba says that if you are seated on the throne, then only your orders will be obeyed. If you are not seated on the throne, then my sense organs will also not obey you. Your mind, intellect will also not obey you. You will not be able to win anyone's heart, and then you can never get the throne of the world. So the first throne is to be seated on the throne of my forehead as an immortal soul, the master. And as Baba was saying yesterday, that we have to do all actions in that soul conscious state. So I was wondering what would happen if I'm in my body conscious stage. If I'm in my body conscious stage, then I'm a slave. I'm the slave of my senses. I'm the slave of my mind and intellect. I'm the slave of everyone. And because if I become a slave, then I experience sorrow. A slave will always experience sorrow. But if he's a master, he's a king, then he can experience intoxication. So the first step we all have to take is to become the master of our senses. And once I'm a master of my senses, my mind, intellect, my sanskars, then I can definitely follow Baba's footsteps. Then I will definitely be an obedient child of Baba and win Baba's heart throne. So what is necessary to actually win Baba's heart throne? We have to become obedient children. We have to follow the Father's footsteps. As Baba mentioned yesterday, that whatever you think, whatever you speak, whatever you do, ask yourself, if Brahma Baba would be here, would he do the same? So I have to do only what Brahma Baba did. If he would not do something, I also don't have to do the same. If Brahma Baba would not think in this way, I also should not think in this way. If Brahma Baba would not speak in this way, I also don't have to speak in this way. If Brahma Baba did not do this action, then I also don't have to do it. I also will not do it. So this is following in the footsteps of Brahma Baba. Then I can win Baba's heart throne. And then, of course, I can win the throne of the world. So I have to be always cautious that am I seated on my heart, on my throne of my forehead? Brikuti Singhasan, what Baba says. Am I doing all actions as a master of my senses? Because my senses can deceive me anytime. You know, these hands are meant to bless. These hands are meant to give. But are my hands doing that? My hands should be giving happiness. Am I giving happiness or am I giving sorrow? Am I giving blessings or am I slapping someone? Because this hand can do both things. It can bless someone, it can also slap someone. So hand is only an instrument, like you have a knife. Now that knife you can use for cutting an object, but then that knife can also be used for killing somebody, no? People take a knife and kill. So it's not the fault of the knife, because knife is actually meant to cut something which is needed to be cut, not to kill someone. So all my sense organs are meant to help, to give happiness, to give blessings. My mouth is also meant to speak sweet words. But this mouth can also speak bitter words. And these bitter words can give a lot of sorrow. You know, there's a saying that this 2.5 inches tongue, this tongue is just 2.5 inches. But it has no bones, it is only muscles. And this 2.5 inches tongue we can stretch as much as we want. But then this tongue can make someone sit on the throne, or it can make someone be hanged on the gallows, Fasi. The tongue is the same, but it can make someone sit on the throne. If my words are sweet, I speak in a sweet way. My behavior is royal, as Baba said in today's Murli also. My words give happiness to all. My words are like blessings for others. Then people will say, sister, please sit on the seat and tell us something. Tell us something. Tell us more and more. They will want to listen. But if my words are bitter, my words are full of criticism, my words are full of questions, my words are full of speaking negativity, negative things, then what will people say? Please, please, I don't want to listen to you. Please, please, shut up. You know, they can also say, shut up. Or these words, this tongue, if it says to someone, go and kill that one. People do that, no? Somebody wants someone to be killed, so nowadays they even hire killers who kill. That has also become a business. So, and they are given a lot of money. But then karma philosophy says, even if I have not killed someone myself, not used my hands, but I have instructed somebody else to kill, and for that I give him money. So it's not just that he is the one who has committed that murder, but the one who has also told him, just spoken to him, even that one is equally sinned and equally to be punished. Although he has just spoken, and maybe he will be hanged on the gallows. And therefore Baba says that let these sense organs be subservient. You become their master. And as Baba was saying yesterday, you should be able to apply a full stop in a second. Your thoughts, they can create such good vibrations and create such a beautiful atmosphere, or they can create very bad atmosphere too. When you're not in a very good atmosphere, you don't want to stay there. You are in a good atmosphere, you want to stay there. Yeah. But who creates an atmosphere? It's not just the four walls. It is the vibrations of our mind. They create the good vibe, they create a good atmosphere. Even if there's a lot of sound there, but still there can be a good atmosphere, good vibrations. You go to a temple and there people are singing hymns, people singing bhajan, kirtan, lot of aarti, and so much sound. Even drums are been beaten. There's so much sound, but you like it, you don't mind it, although it is sound. Some people who like a lot of silence, they don't mind that the sound of that temple because the vibrations are very good, very pious, very pure. The vibrations are pure and therefore the atmosphere is pure in spite of there being so much sound. But you go to another place where there's no sound. Maybe it is a cremation ground. Nobody is being created at that time. And there's no one in the cremation ground. It's all very, very silent. But would you like to stay there? Would you like to be there? You say, oh no, not in a cremation ground. Please leave from here. I don't want to be here. But those who like silence, and they should not mind being in a cremation ground, but they don't want that. Even though there is silence, nobody there. Why? Because the atmosphere is very heavy. People who must have brought their near and dear one for cremation, how much sorrow they must have experienced at that time whilst cremating the body. And that sorrow's vibrations are there in that cremation ground. And as a result, the atmosphere is very heavy, although there is silence. So it's not that only if there's silence, the vibrations are good. Even in sound, the vibrations can be good. You can feel peace. And even if there's no sound, you can still feel peaceless. You know? When people are asked, for example, how do you define peace? When it's a question, how do you define peace? There could be different answers. What's the definition of peace? Somebody can say, no sound is peace. But is that true? No sound is peace? No sound can even make you frightened, especially in a cremation ground. Maybe the evil spirits wandering, and you won't like to be there all alone. So no sound is peace is not the right answer. Then somebody may say that if all my desires are fulfilled, then I'm at peace. But even if all the desires are fulfilled, that these desires have no end. One desire fulfilled, another desire comes. And then if that's fulfilled, a third desire comes. So still no peace. You know, there's a saying, no? They give examples. They give examples of such type. That somebody was walking on the street and he saw someone on a cycle. And he said, oh, how I wish I had a bicycle instead of walking on the street. And one day he got a bicycle. Then he saw somebody on a motorbike. He said, oh, how I wish I had a motorbike. Bicycle, I have to still paddle. I have to still do a lot of effort to move on the bicycle. If I had a motorbike, I would go very fast. Then he got a motorbike. And he was on a motorbike and he saw somebody driving a car. He said, oh, how I wish I had a car. And he got a car. He was happy. But then he saw a helicopter. Oh, I would love to fly. Okay, he got a chance to be on a helicopter, but then helicopter is so low, it's making so much sound. I wish I was in an aeroplane. So he wanted higher and higher, no end. Huh? So even if your desires are fulfilled, but there's actually no end to desires, and therefore you are never, never really at peace. So that real peace has to come from inside, it's not outside. Then somebody may say that, roti, kapda, makan. If I have food to eat, enough food to eat, I have good clothes to wear, I have a good house, then I'm at peace. But what about those who already have that? They have very good clothes, they have a very good house, lots of food to eat. But still, are they at peace? Although they may have everything. So the basic needs, some say if the basic needs are there, then you can be at peace. Roti, kapda, makan, food, shelter and clothes. They are the basic needs. But again, no peace. And once somebody said that if everyone gets peace, then I will be at peace. The whole world has to be at peace if I want to get peace. Because even if I'm peaceful alone and nobody else is in peace, my peace will not be experienced. So everyone should be in peace for me to be peaceful. But then, can you expect everyone to be peaceful and only then you can be peaceful? When will you be that? And then they say if all have values in their life, then they can be peaceful. But in today's world, where are all the values? People are becoming like, you can say, not even human beings. Worse than animals, no, even worse than that. Once I was sharing a joke that two animals were talking to each other. And one animal was saying to another animal that look at the people of today's world. Look at them, how, what they are doing. They are fighting amongst themselves. And somebody said they have become like animals. Animals talking to one another. They have become like animals. But then the other one said, what do you mean they have become like animals? Have they been promoted? To be like an animal is like a promotion for an animal. Because we are better off than human beings. So human beings have not become like animals. Animals are much better than human beings today. And the other one said, how? He said, see, we live together so well, we live happily with one another. There are no, today in this world there are so many distractions, so many barriers, barrier of language, barrier of religion, barrier of country, this, that, so many barriers, so much of opposition. But we animals live so peacefully with one another. We never fight. So don't say that human beings have become like animals, but they have become worse than beasts. Even beasts are better than animals. Not Manav, but Danav. They have become devils. We animals are better than them. Humans have become devils. They have no humanity in them. So Baba says that today's world is such, then how can the world be at peace? It cannot be at peace. And then I'll be at peace. But I want peace right now. How will I get peace right now? This moment I want peace. I can't wait for the whole world to be at peace and then I'll get peace. And as Baba said in today's Murli also, that I can be at peace by going inwards. You can't get peace in a jungle, in a forest, you can't get peace. You can't get peace by just renouncing everything unless you renounce attachment. And some people say that there is no happiness in this world at all. And Baba says, yes, there was a time when there was complete happiness, peace in this world. Sannyasis will not accept that. They say that this world is full of sorrow. Therefore they want moksha, they want liberation forever. And happiness is like a droppings of a crow in this world. And they say this has always been like that, therefore they don't want to come in the cycle of birth and death. And what does Baba tell us? That coming in the cycle of birth and death is not bad. Because golden age, although they were taking rebirth, but there was so much happiness. So how will peace be experienced? And what answer we give? Peace is just one thought away from you. One thought away. What is that thought which will give you the experience of peace? Just become soul conscious. So easy. I'm a soul and my nature is peace. And immediately you become peaceful. It takes only a second. But in order to be soul conscious, Baba said in today's Murli, yesterday's Murli, you need a long time practice of being soul conscious, of going beyond the body, a long time practice. And for that, you have to apply a full stop. Because if there are negative thoughts in the mind, you cannot really apply a full stop. You cannot become soul conscious. And negative thoughts come in the mind and children complain to Baba, Baba, too many negative thoughts. And Baba says, if you want to apply a full stop, what should you do? Say no. It's like a brake. Negative thoughts won't go like that. You have to apply a brake. No. Not. Only when you say not, then only there you can apply a dot. So not and dot. First it should be not, no. I'm not going to think in this way. Like you apply a forceful brake, the car stops immediately. So only when you say not, will you be able to apply a dot. And when you apply a dot, then you can easily become soul conscious. And when you easily become soul conscious, then you can follow all the Srimad of Baba. And then you can win Baba's heart throne. And if we can win Baba's heart throne, then we are very certain that we will definitely win the world too. So first be seated on the throne of your forehead. Then be seated on the throne of Baba's heart. And then you can get the heart, you can get the sovereignty or the throne of the world. So there is such a deep meaning. So what is our main practice? Soul consciousness. When you sit, you walk, you're also talking, you are doing any action, you can do it in a soul conscious state. I'm seeing everyone as a soul. This is a practice. I'm speaking, I'm a soul speaking, master of my tongue too. If I don't want to hear something, I should be able to apply a full stop to that. I don't want to hear. And like Baba said yesterday, think, decide and then act. In Hindi we say, soch samajh kar karma karo. First think. Then decide what will be the consequences if I do this. And if the consequences are good, then do it. But what people usually do who are body conscious, because then they have ego too. So think, decide, and then do. Instead of that, they reverse. They do extempo, immediately, without thinking. They don't realize that what they are doing is going to have very bad consequences. They just do it extempo. They get angry, upset, and just say whatever they want to say. And then afterwards they create enemies because they give sorrow. So if my words are going to give sorrow to someone, don't speak. And in order to not speak, you don't have to even think. Because if I think, then one day I will speak. Because whatever you think, one day it will come out of your mouth. And if you don't want something to speak, then you should not even think. But if you are thinking, but you say, no, I won't tell him. I'm just thinking. But one day your tongue will deceive you and you will do say it because you have been thinking about it. Some people say a lot, but they don't do it. There are many who become suicidal prone. They say, I'm going to commit suicide, I'm going to commit suicide, I'm going to commit suicide. There's so much of sorrow, depression, whatnot. He doesn't want to live, I'm going to commit suicide. And his relatives say, what? He's only saying. And one day, what happens? He does commit because it has an impact on his intellect. He's thinking and thinking and thinking and saying, one day he will do it. Therefore, we have to be very careful what we are saying, because if you don't want to do it, then don't even say it. I remember, when we go in a car, the driver sometimes he drives very fast. So one day I told my driver, please drive slowly, otherwise you may make an accident. And you know what he told me? He said, sister, don't say that. Don't say that. Because even when you say, what happens? There could be an accident because you said it. So don't even say it. I can just say, no, okay, drive slowly. But why say the second sentence? If you drive fast, maybe you'll do an accident. You don't have to say that, no? So if you don't want something, why do you say it? But you can definitely tell him to drive slowly. You can. So up to that is okay. But not after that. You will do an accident. So this is what Baba says. What you don't want to happen, then don't even say it. What you don't want to say, don't even think about it. Because what you think, that you will say, and what you say, that you will do. There are many people who are very clever. They say many things, but they never do. But will they be really believed then? If they do not do what they say, what will people say? Ye to keval bolta hai. He only speaks and speaks. Actually, he will not do it. So don't even believe him. But one day he will do, of course, but then who knows when. So if we believe him, then he doesn't do, then we will be the losers. Then we will not really get any benefit. But then definitely, as Baba says, don't do what will result in bad consequences. Because whatever you do will become your habits, as Baba also says. If you do something repeatedly, it will become your habit. And if something becomes your habit, then it will become your personality one day. Because those are your habits. And whatever is your personality, that will form your destiny. So what type of destiny do you want? What bhagya, what destiny you want? If you want a good destiny, let it start with your thoughts. And this is why Baba is emphasizing so much on thoughts, serving through the mind. That is also emphasis on the thoughts. And I would like to tell you that, in India, we are doing a lot of research on this. We have thought laboratories, and in education wing is doing thought laboratory work. What type of thoughts to create? And we say that children are taught what to speak, what to do, how to do, all that. But they are not taught what to think. They are not taught that. Only Baba teaches us what to think and how to think and how to send vibrations. Like Baba was saying in yesterday's Murli also, that you have to do service to the mind, send vibrations of peace, of love, of happiness. How will you send vibrations of peace, love and happiness to others? You can first do that only first when you have happiness in you. You cannot send vibrations of peace and happiness to others just like that, if you are not having them. And when we are soul conscious, we can feel those, yes, I'm a soul and I'm an embodiment of peace, I'm an embodiment of love, I'm an embodiment of happiness, I'm an embodiment of power. So when I'm an embodiment of that, it's all within me, and as it is within me, I can share that with others. But if I myself am peaceless, I'm unhappy, I can't share peace and happiness with anyone. So that is why, again, soul conscious, very, very important. Because body conscious will not allow me to share peace and love. I myself don't have peace and love in me. And therefore, Baba says the first step is soul consciousness. Brahma Baba was a living example. When he would be walking, he would be talking, he would be doing anything. How he would do it in a very soul-conscious way, we could feel that. Whenever we would go in front of Brahma Baba, actually we never wanted to speak. We wanted Baba to speak to us. Those who were body conscious, they did not see Baba's stage. They just wanted to say, speak, speak, speak. They wanted to speak, and Baba would just be silent. And they would do all the speaking. But then they never really felt the experience of Baba's peace, because they were doing the talking all the time. But there were others. The moment they would go in front of Baba, Baba would give drishti, and immediately they would take drishti. They would not speak. And Baba would tell them, say something, child, say. And then they would say one or two words. And they would say, Baba, you bless us, you speak to us. And it was actually a blessing itself to be with Baba, to be with the dadis, When we are with the dadis, we would love to be in that atmosphere with the dadis. Why? Because their vibrations were so powerful. And therefore, we have to do the same now. Baba wants us to become like him. So how will we be that when my mind is always aware of what I'm thinking? So at every step, I have to make sure my thoughts are right. Sometimes we don't really even pay attention to what we are thinking. And we drag our thoughts, And sometimes they are in the form of questions. And Baba has always told us, don't ask questions. Dadi Gulzar used to say, questions are in Hindi, they always start with K. Kya, kyun, kaun, kahan, kaise. In English, they are not one alphabet. But Hindi, kaun, kahan, kyun, kaun, kahan, kaise. So don't say ka. It will be like the speech of a crow, the words of a crow, the sound of a crow. So nobody likes a crow, crowing, oh, ka, 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 ka. If a crow is sitting on your window, and say ka, 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 ka all the time, what will you do? Get out, why this crow is sitting here? Sometimes think it's a bad omen if a crow comes and sits on your window. So what about the one who's always questioning, why, what? So instead of saying why, because that is a problem. It's a problem, when you say why. Instead of a problem, think of the solution. Solution is more important. Not just problems is not the solution. What will be the solution for that? Once I was reading a book on Buddha, and he gave a very beautiful example. It's really worth understanding. He said that if, because during Buddha's time, there were no guns or no weapons, there were only bow and arrow. So he gave an example that if somebody is on a horse, and someone shoots an arrow at him, and that arrow hits his back, and he falls down, and people come immediately, what's the first thing they will do? They won't ask question, who hit that arrow? From which angle did it come? From which side did it come? And who was that person? What caste did he belong to? What metal is this arrow made of? So what, who, when? They won't ask that. What is the first thing they will do? What is the first thing they will do? The solution. What's the solution? Remove the arrow. So you think of a solution, not just the questions. Because questions will take you nowhere. And therefore, Baba says, always apply a full stop. In yesterday's Murli, Baba said, instead of applying a full stop, some apply a question mark. Some apply an exclamation mark. Some apply a semicolon. These are different punctuation marks. So question mark is crooked, always crooked. Exclamation mark is also, it has a full stop but a big line above that. Semicolon has a full stop but then again a comma. And a colon is two stops. But then that also Baba says it will not take you anywhere. But then apply a full stop. But what we do sometimes, instead of applying a full stop, we apply a question mark. Or apply a surprise mark, exclamation mark. That is why Baba has given us the knowledge of the drama. What is the knowledge of the drama? Drama means full stop. And the beautiful way of applying a full stop is, like Baba said the other day, whatever happened was good. Whatever is happening is better. And whatever will happen will be the best. जो हुआ अच्छा हुआ, जो हो रहा है बहुत अच्छा, जो होगा वो और भी अच्छा. So past, present, future. In this way we become Trikaldarshis, knowers of three aspects of time. I was sharing an example that once Baba came in the Murli class and asked a question from the children. Children, those who consider themselves to be Trikaldarshis, knowers of three aspects of time, raise your hand. And everybody raised their hand. Yes, Baba says you're all Trikaldarshis. You know the three aspects of time. Then Baba said, okay, let me know what will happen tomorrow. What will happen tomorrow? Tell me. Everyone kept quiet because We plan many things for tomorrow, but then it's not that all the things come into practical, although we have planned. We make a list of this, we'll do this tomorrow, we'll do that tomorrow. But then what happens the next day? So many things we're not able to do with it. And we say again tomorrow. So how can we say that we have predicted the future, that tomorrow I will surely do this? Because I'm not able to do everything. And that's why they say tomorrow never comes. That tomorrow turns into today. No, it's not. Tomorrow doesn't come. And that's why in Hindi, the word tomorrow and yesterday, both is the same. Kal, that happened yesterday, and tomorrow that will happen will also kal, all kal. But then sometimes it is also that kal ka naam kaal hai. If I say tomorrow, then that may one day, it may lead, my death will also come, and I will still say tomorrow. But can you say tomorrow to death? Okay, death, come tomorrow. No. So whatever you want to do tomorrow, do it today. Whatever you want to do today, do it now. Whatever you do, why do it now? Because you never know what the next moment is going to be like. But then when you are Trikaltarshi, knower of three aspects of time, and you have made your timetable of what you'll do tomorrow, but some you are not able to do tomorrow, but then don't be disheartened. Oh, I couldn't do it. Doesn't matter. Okay, it's okay. Apply a full stop. And when you apply a full stop, maybe I couldn't do it today, tomorrow I can do better. Today I have failed in doing it, doesn't matter, maybe tomorrow I will pass. So whatever has passed, apply a full stop. Why did that happen? This should not have happened, that should not have happened. If this would not have happened, then that would not have happened. If this would have happened, then that would have happened. Baba says, don't ask such questions too. Don't think in this way. So don't apply question mark. Don't apply a surprise mark, an exclamation mark. Oh, really? This happened? How did it happen? Again a question mark. How did it happen? Why did it happen? Baba says, no. So whatever happened was good. Whatever is happening is good, better, and whatever will happen will be even better. Because sometimes we worry about the future too much we worry. What will happen? Again, what will happen? So always think whatever will happen is good. So you give a full stop to your intellect. And once you give a full stop to your intellect, no waste thoughts. And for that, Baba says, just go beyond. Nothing new. Everything is fixed in the drama. Everything is accurate in the drama. But then that also does not mean that you don't perform actions, you don't make efforts. Some say if everything is destined in the drama, everything is accurate, everything is right, then why make efforts also? Whatever the drama will happen. But in the drama, even this is fixed, that you will get the fruit or reward or result only after you do the action. It will not come otherwise. First karma and then the fruit of that karma. So the karma also plays a very important role. And in this karma, we say we are on a field of action, karma kshetra. Today's Murli Baba said that in this field of action, we do karma, and this play is of victory and defeat. So sometimes victory, sometimes defeat. If there's defeat, do not think it's really a defeat. If there's failure, it's not really a failure, it's an experience. So at every step we can think positive. Every step. So if I'm thinking positive, I can apply a full stop in a second. Because positive thoughts, speed is slow. And negative thoughts, speed is very fast. Why? You are hitting at the same place. And when you hit at the same place, then that can break. If you want to dig a big pit, then you have to dig at one place. If you dig here, there, you cannot go deep. In a negative way too, if you say, why, you can break your head. You get a headache. And therefore, Baba tells us to apply a full stop. And we can apply this full stop when we become soul conscious. So this is why Baba gave so much emphasis on soul consciousness yesterday. We have to apply this at every moment. If anything happens, no questions, no surprises, no sorrow also, because everything is beneficial. No worry too, no fear, because all these are based on body consciousness. When Baba says, renounce the attachment of all religions, relationships, and now renounce that. It can be mentioned in just one word, renounce body consciousness. Because body consciousness means attachment, greed, ego, jealousy, hatred, all these vices come because of body consciousness. That's a seed of all the vices, all the negativity. And therefore renounce that means just become soul conscious, not just renouncing physically. Physically you don't have to renounce anything. You don't have to leave your family, leave your belongings, or leave your relationships, your responsibilities. No, you don't have to renounce anything. Be where you are. Do whatever you are doing. Fulfill all your responsibility. But still become, Baba says, unlimited renunciates. Unlimited renunciates, not limited, not leaving your family and going away. You have given birth, you have created, you have to also sustain. Because you have already created karmic accounts. So you cannot run away from your karmic accounts. Even if you try to run away, they will pull you. Therefore, you cannot run away. So why run away from your karmic accounts or your responsibilities? You have to fulfill them. But do them with love and detachment. If you are able to do in that way, then definitely you can finish your karmic accounts. But if there's attachment, if there's greed, if there's ego, if there's jealousy, then you are creating more and more karmic accounts. So if you want to really finish your karmic accounts, then the more and more you have to be in a soul conscious stage. And the more and more I'm in my soul conscious stage, the more I'll be following Srimad. And the more I'll be able to sit on Baba's heart throne and in the future claim the kingdom of the world. Okay? That's what we have to do. All right? So this was the essence of yesterday's Murli. And in one line, the heading of yesterday's Murli was, according to the speed of time, now bring about intensity. Do intense efforts, particularly in the transformation of your nature and sanskars. And through your mind, give various rays to the souls of the world. Rays of peace, love, happiness, through your inner stage of peace, love, and happiness, your powerful thoughts, they become the rays and spread the vibrations in the atmosphere and maybe also in the whole world. Okay? Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Because now 6:30, others have also come and there's going to be meditation, just 1 minute of silence before we finish. In a second, you should be able to apply a full stop. Stop. No. And all the waste will end.